This exercise is to rework or reformat this chart to make it looks clean and tidy as this example. Let's get started. Yep. First thing first, delete whatever that are not necessary. The background. Just click on the background, click on the gray color background, press delete on your keyboard, and the background is taken off. Click on the grid lines and press delete and it's taken off. Yeah. What else to delete? Yeah. Before we delete anything, do you notice that the tick mark here, there is no tick mark on the x-axis, whereas on the y-axis it has. So just click on the x-axis, right click, format axis. You notice that there's a tick mark options. Just open it up. Major type, you change to cross. Then you notice the tick mark is being shown. Next is try to avoid so many markers. So just click on the markers. You cannot press delete. Yeah, this one. If you press delete, the whole line will gone. So instead of delete, what you need to do is to click on the markers, right click, format data series, and turn the options to fill and line. You notice that is a marker option. Just click on marker, open up marker options, and just put none. Then the marker will disappear. This is how we take out the markers. Good. So this is how we just clean up all the unnecessary things. Next, here we want to make the font consistent. This type of font is called serif family, which is sometimes not so clean looking. So for charts, graphs, and tables, it is good to use sans serif font. So just click on the chart. You don't need to go in one by one and change the font type because this is a whole chart. You just click on the chart. Over here, font, you just look for a sans serif family font. Arial, maybe Calibri or Aptos is also workable. I choose Arial and everything changed to Arial. Sometimes I like to make the axis font color to be lighter because the main key focus is the chart. Axis is just a supplementary or the secondary uh, elements. Just click on the axis and change the font color to be lighter color. Sometimes I might use light gray color. Yeah, now the chart is clean with the font that we have chosen just now. What's next? If you notice over here, the next is that we want to selectively add on back some of the data label and also markers and also the labels instead of relying on the legends. I want to put the wordings directly next to the line. So let's do it together. First thing first, let's show the marker again. So how to show the markers selectively? If you click one time, all the markers is being selected. You notice that every point is being selected. If you want a dedicated point only, you have to click another time so that it is only selecting that point. Just click on that point, right click, format data label. Now you see that I have added one label. After that, right click, format data point, look for this paint bucket, fill and line, look for marker, open up marker options. Just now we put none, but this time because I want it back, I switch it back to built-in and choose the type as round. Round is third from the bottom, and you can increase the size if you want. And also you can adjust the color of this field of this marker to the color that you want, and also the border of that to the color that you want. So now this I have created one marker. Then after that you have to continue create it one by one. So by now some of you might be asking, is there any automated way? Can I like hold on to control and click each point, every point, and then do it one shot? No, we can't do that. Yeah, you have to do it one by one, just like how I'm doing it. Okay, so I continue on with the rest of the point. Good, I have all the points. However, do you notice that all the label is like overlapping? What if I want all those labels on top to be at the top of those points, and those at the bottom will be at the bottom of those points, below those points. So how to do that? Typically what people might do, they just drag this to the bottom and drag this to the top. Don't do that. If you do that, you might not get consistently looking position data label. So in order to adjust all the label on top or below, you just click the data label and just right click, format data labels. Positioning, you see on the in the panel, there's a position, put it above, then everything will be on top. Similarly, for the bottom one, you click on it and choose below, it will push it down to the bottom. Yeah, that is how we reposition the label. Now, in my example, do you notice that I put the label of this receive and process at the side? What I need to do is that I just need to create a text box of this receive and process. Either you can create directly, just insert a text box and put it at the side. Yeah, and then you can adjust the font to be smaller, to the color that you want. However, this text box is not part of the chart. Meaning what? Meaning if you move this chart, this text box will not move together unless if you group it. But I don't want. I want it to be part of the chart. In order to make the text box to be part of the chart, before you create the text box, you have to click on the chart first to make sure that the chart is activated. Then only you insert a text box inside here. Oh, so just put the color and font size and whatever that you can adjust. Yeah, and then you put it here. But do you notice that if I pull it outside, it will kick back inside? Notice that no matter how far I want to push it to, but it will always kick back inside because the boundary is up to this limit. So in order for me to fix this, I have to click on the chart. Do you notice when I click on the chart, I have two boundaries, external boundary and the chart boundary. So I just need to reduce the chart size, not the total chart, overall chart, but only the inner chart. And now you notice that I have created some space to add in my wordings. So I just do for the next one, process. And change to the color that I want to match it back to the line. After I have entered these two label, I don't need the legend anymore because it has duplicated, deleted. Good. So for the rest, at the side here, I just add, these are not text box, these are axis title. So how to create the axis title? You just click on the chart, click this plus point, axis title, and you notice I have two axis title. And if it is too near to the axis, you just click the chart and adjust again the spacing so that you can fit this axis title at the side here and this title at the side here. So this one I name it to 2022 and the other one I just copy lah. I don't need to want to do anything. I just copy this and then replace over here. Similarly, sometimes I like to recolor the color to be lighter in color because they are not the primary elements. What else? This one title, I can push it to this side and perhaps maybe I just copy this title. I don't need to retype, right? Just to save some time. Copy and paste it. Okay, for the main title, I just copy the main title and replace it on top. Similarly for the source, I don't need to type again. I just copy and replace it on top and the source at the bottom. Good. After you have created everything, just group everything together. Control G, group it so that it becomes intact. This is how we have created this chart from this just now from a chart that is not clean to a chart that is formatted with few steps in order to make the chart clean. So now is the time for you to try it out. Go ahead and try this exercise.